Cause I don't care what you think.
Love! Oh gosh, what's she doing? What's she doing?
Hello, Michael.
Use all of it. Use all of it. All of it, Lord. Use all of it. Just use all what God gave you. Just use it all. Use it all up. But we back at it again. Like I always say, it's Steve and Laura time all the time. And we're looking at the relationship between father, daughter, and Steve Urkel. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it. Keep it, Lord. Keep the walk going. Oh, no. Oh, no. Fix it. There you go. It's how you bounce back, baby. It's how you bounce back. Come on. Come on. You know what it is. It's how you bounce back.
Michael, it's so nice to see you again.
Right.
And Kel, surprise.
What? What? What language is she talking here?
It's nice to see you too, but did you forget I was coming over for dinner?
I must have.
That's only excuse. Silly me.
If I had remembered, I would have dressed.
Wham! Okay, let me focus. Man, this is what I gotta say though. This is what I've said over and over and over and over. You know that Kelly, she deserves, you know what I'm saying? She deserves this right here. Like I say this all the time. She has the hardest, if people really pay attention, she has the hardest role because they literally, you know what I'm saying, have her doing everything. You know, like I said, if you look at some of the other things that she's done from, you know, the quilt episode till we saw the good fight. And then you see this on the other side, she on her shed so many tears, but then we come over here, and she's just cracking fun. He's kind of being silly, just doing all the different things that they had Kelly doing. And I just don't think people realize. I understand. I get it that Jaleel had the most creative role. Absolutely, being Steve Urkel. Absolutely, 100%. But Kelly had the hardest role because she dipped into everything. You know what I'm saying? She proved that she could do comedy, but she also proved that she could do the drama as well. Just absolutely amazing, man. Just amazing.
That's quite a perfume you're wearing. It's very noticeable.
Noticeable, yeah.
It's called Unleashed.
Unleashed.
Shall we, as they say in Europe, sit?
Okay.
Kelly is hilarious. Well, first of all, though, hold on. I want to know, did they add, take away? Because Kelly got nothing but legs going right here. I'm just wondering, because she don't look like she's that tall. Okay, Kelly, watch yourself now, though. Watch yourself, Laura.
So, how was your day?
Great. Your dad and I caught a burglar.
Right.
Oh my, you were in danger.
Not really. Your dad did all the dangerous stuff. I just filled out the reports.
Still, you took a risk.
Take a risk.
Of what? Paper cut?
Look at dude. Look at dude, though. Oh my gosh, man! When I tell you, if there was anybody else in this scene, it would not have mattered because this would have been another one of those scenes where Kelly hijacks it, where she hijacks it, but it's her scene anyway. But look at dude right now. I wonder if Kelly is going on, or is she freestyling right now? Because he's looking super surprised. He is trying not to laugh so hard. He's trying not to laugh. That's when you know you're doing it, though. When you got the special guests, they get their giggles in too. You know you did it.
Oh gosh, you tickle me.
You tickle me.
You know, I find humor very attractive. Yeah, man.
Laura?
Oh no.
Yes, Father?
Why are you wearing all that makeup?
True, though, because she don't need it. She don't need it. It's actually really good that he came in when he did, because if he saw Laura even lean in his direction with that dress on with them legs, okay, there might have been some furniture moving. And here's another situation. Laura kind of put herself here a little bit, but you don't know, you're innocent. You see a guy, you know how it is. You see that guy that, you want to make yourself known, okay? You want to, do you see me? Hammer said, have you seen her? Laura's trying to show you, okay? So these are some of the type of things that we do when we're really young. But the thing, what's happening again? Laura's getting embarrassed. This shapes, Laura, because what is she feeling? That embarrassment, that rejection. That's kind of some of the rocky start that she had on the dating side. And really what it boils down to with Laura is she really ain't ready for all that yet. She thinks she is, but she's really not ready for all that on here. That this was one of those moments again that Laura's going to hold on to, and she's going to build this kind of guard over her heart, and the issue and the tug of war that she has with Steve is that Steve can somehow always get through it, can find his way through to her heart. And those are the things that Laura didn't like. Laura's very embarrassed. He wasn't trying to embarrass her, but she's embarrassed.
Excuse me.
Laura, it's me. Can I come in?
It's your house.
She mad. It's your house. Can't stop you.
Come on, honey, help me out a little. Talk to me.
He humiliated me. Mike thinks I'm a total fool.
Well, honey, I admit I was out of line.
And you have to remember, when you're this age, being embarrassed is the absolute worst thing. And it's because you haven't experienced anything else, right? So being embarrassed at any level at this age is the absolute worst. So we have to remember that.
Grown into a beautiful young lady.
See what I'm saying?
And sweetheart, I promise to try to treat you like one from now on.
Daddy?
Yeah?
Oh. This is what I love so much about Laura. This is not even just with Steve. This is Laura's character. Do you see how Laura allows people to get it right? She's mad at first. This is you again. Why am I'm talking about the dynamic, right? This could easily be Steve and Laura. Actually, it's going to be Steve. It's going to be Steve and Laura, right? But you see, like Laura, she listens. She's logical, and she is really. She's such a person of forgiveness. She forgives. Lord gives you the opportunity to get forgiveness and to get it right. Trying to tell you, man, when your daddy got love for you like that, it's a game changer. Come through, Laura. Come through, Laura. And then you have to remember, this girl's on. Look how bad she is. I think she's only 14 here. 14. Bad to the bone. Bad. Bad. Did I do it the right way? I don't know. I don't remember.
Everything okay, Lois? For the last time, I'm not Lois Lane. I'm Tina Turner.
She Tina. Shake it, don't break it. Shake it, don't break it.
Try and remember that, Steve.
Yeah.
I just want to cash my paycheck, buy some Halloween candy for the trick-or-treaters, and get home as soon as possible. Understand? No sweat, my pet.
It's just mad. Their interactions. But I'm like, I wonder how high, should we say, her high heels were, if you know what I'm saying. Because he looks like a little boy compared to her here. A little bitty boy.
Oh, this is a stick-up!
Laura?
Daddy?
Oh, my God. Sweetheart, what are you doing in there?
I got me a cop's daughter here. And if you want it back safe and sound, you get me my van. And fast.
Imagine what Carl may be feeling right now. Like, that's his daughter. And I think, Steve is there too. The guy has a gun. I can't even imagine. And Carl is a dad. He's a policeman. And right now, it's like, this is almost out of his hands. They got to really put on their thinking caps so that nobody gets hurt. Especially not Laura.
You open it.
Laura recognizes that's Carl. That's Daddy. Daddy coming to the rescue.
See? Just grease.
Everybody okay?
What's wrong?
I'm a coward.
What are you talking about?
I pictured myself overpowering that robber.
He did. And Laura giving him some snuggles and some love, huh? Yeah.
And saving the day.
Right.
Like chicken down. I just did everything he told me to do.
Well, Steve, that's exactly what you should have done.
No, Laura was in danger. I mean, I should have done something.
You know, Steve, you stuck by my daughter, sure that she was okay. You did your very best to do that. And in my book, that makes you a hero.
Thanks, Mom.
I love in this moment here where Steve is kind of feeling less than because he wanted to be, he had on his Superman cape. He wanted to be a superhero. But I love that Carl shows Steve really he actually was. You cared for my daughter. You stayed by my daughter.
At this time, Your Honor, I would like to exercise my right to legal representation.
Your counsel?
My daughter, Laura Winslow.
Carol Winslow, of all the legal chicanery.
He playing with fire, Steve. He playing with the fire, the fireball that is Laura Winslow.
Why, you're using the woman I love in a shameless attempt to unnerve me. Nice strategy.
Thank you.
But it won't work. Laura, my judicial jujube.
My judicial
Today, my only mistress is the law. So hang on to your briefs, Mama. I've inherited the wind.
What's so funny about this? Laura just blinks at me. Steve over here big talking in his stance and everything, and Laura just blinks. Steve don't recognize that he's messing with the Mamba mentality. The Mamba mentality in Laura.
Bye.
Not so fast. Waldo, is there something written on your arm?
Only the stuff Steve told me to say.
Ooh.
Don't gloat, Dreamboat. That ain't all she wrote.
Your Honor, my client would like to speak on his own behalf.
It was just a stupid bug.
Laura's face. Because remember, Laura's representing. You look at Laura's face. That's what you went up there to say? All the things you could have said. That's what you went up there and said? But I do think it's an interesting situation, right? Where Steve is going against Carl and Laura is defending him. And again, just this dynamic. You're seeing Steve and Laura be a little, competitive. Come on now.
Mr. Urkel?
When Carl squished Pablo, it killed 2 friendships. But one of those friendships could have been saved. If Carl here, it only found it in his heart to say I'm sorry.
And this is so important again. So is Steve and Laura time. But this is so important because what is people always ask, what did Steve love about Laura? What did Steve just say right there? This is very important. And this friendship could have been saved. He's talking about Carl. Could have been saved with a simple apology. A simple apology. What does Laura do? So y'all get upset that she messes up. But Steve loves it when she actually gets it right. When she apologizes. Because we have to understand, we don't always get everything right. We don't always make the right decision all the time. And you need this grace. We need grace for yourself. And you need that grace from other people. But this is part of Steve and Laura's friendship love, if you will, like I said before, is that they have these issues and they're usually resolved because Laura apologizes or Steve apologizes, they forgive, they move on. You know what I'm saying? Laura does not dig her feet in deeper into a situation, into Steve's heart. She does not do that. She takes accountability. She takes responsibility. So looking at the dynamic of how things are a little bit different and how does it really impact Steve and Laura's relationship.
To you, it is not a stupid bug. So I guess it's up to me to apologize.
That's all I ever wanted to hear.
Ah. This was one of my this was one of my favorite scenes, not just of Laura or Kelly, but one of my favorite scenes in all of Family Matters. Like this scene right here is the one that if I'm having a bad day, I could be having just like a jacked up day. I could go to this scene right here and it always puts me in a better mood. I just absolutely love it. What I liked about it with Carl, and it's just like, man, just to be blessed to have a father like that, you know. But what I love so much about Carl is how he was willing to go and talk, you know, and to talk it through, and to even admit that, hey, I was a little out of line because he kind of, you know, embarrassed her, you know. Very high character from a father's point of view, because a father can take it in and be like, look, I don't want, you know how some fathers are, I don't even want to think about her with no dude, let alone this and this and this and this, and then it's my partner at work. He didn't go that route at all. You know, he went and said, hey, I was out of line. But I think the bigger thing that fathers tend to struggle with, you know, and that I think Carl is struggling with, is recognizing the like he said, that you're a beautiful young girl. When fathers really start to have to recognize that about their daughters, that their daughters are next level hot, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not just like, oh, they're not cute and cuddly anymore. Like, they next level hot, you know. And it is one of the hardest things for a father to have to do, because you know when your daughter's hot like that, you know what attention that brings. You know what type of dudes, you know, come in that direction, or turning into all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, the beauty, she got the legs, she got the body, you know, and she's young. And so for a moment, to me, for Carl to actually admit that to Laura and say, look, I got to recognize you're turning into this beautiful young girl. But it puts him in kind of an awkward situation, because it's like, okay, you're not my baby girl anymore. You know what they say in Coming to America? To be loved, to be loved. Oh, what a feeling to be loved, right? When you get love like that from your father, from your dad, man, I'm trying to tell you, I'm going to keep saying, it's such a game changer. That's why Laura Winslow, you will always see she's a high character person. To be loved. Laura too. What I love about it is that Laura gets to see this from her father. And like I said, there's something that's very familiar or very similar when it comes to Steve. Like I said before, her dad treats her like a queen. Steve Urkel also treats her like a queen. It's the separator, you know, when it comes to Laura and Steve and other guys. It's the separator, is that he treats her like a queen. We even go to the, he wanted to be Superman, right? And he wanted to protect Laura and make sure that she, not even make sure that she's okay. He wanted to, rescue her, basically. And that moment, and that's what I'm talking about, like the value that he's willing to go and put his own life and his own safety on the line for her. And like I said, Steve wasn't no bigger than a minute. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? He in a Superman suit, but he ain't no bigger than a minute. But that's the value that he sees in Laura, and I love the ending there. Talked about it before, but I love the ending there with Carl. Well, Carl let Steve know, Steve, you were a hero. You stuck by my daughter. You stayed by my daughter. You made sure that, that she was safe. The fact that you wanted to try to save her, the fact that you wanted to try to keep her safe, that's a hero to me, and trust me, that is not lost on Laura at all. It may not be computing right now, but it's not lost that you have two men, and your father and Steve, they want to protect you at any cost. They think this highly of you at any cost. And that's why I thought it was just really important to look at the dynamic of the father, daughter, and then the Urkel. You know what I'm saying? Remember when I pointed out when Steve said, all I wanted was an apology. This is what I'm saying is the separator, when it comes to Steve and Laura. This is what separates them, is that Laura will apologize. Laura will take accountability. Laura will be responsible with her actions. And that's a little bit different than Carl, of the three. It's so interesting to me because that's the one thing that's different about Laura. Laura will apologize. She might fuss at him and all that, but she will apologize. And so Steve took it all the way. They had to go and take it all the way to court. That would have never happened with Laura. It would have never gotten that far. So when people say, Just want to say these two things. When people say, what did Steve see in Laura? Steve continuously lets you know what's important to him. Separator between Laura and Myra. It's just that simple. Is that Laura, Steve looks at honesty, and he looks at accountability, and he looks at, apologies. Those are big with Steve. That's what he said when Carl said, Steve, I apologize. Hey, man, that's all I wanted. You know what I'm saying? So it's such a beautiful thing that we got to pay attention here, that the one thing that Steve admires the most is what Laura has, is what she carries, and what she exemplifies. Is it better in quicker situations than her father does? We just have to really just pay attention to that. Let me get into this, man. This is, again, I want to go back, and like I said, I've been saying this, and I said it before, I'll say it again in this video. It irritates me so bad how people overlook what Kelly did in this show. What she even did in this scene, what she did throughout this show. My friend's reality, that was not our reality. Our reality was not Steve Urkel. Our reality was Laura Winslow. When we would go to in the high school hallways, in the school assemblies, at the bus station, at the mall, at choir rehearsal, it was about Laura Winslow. That is just my reality. That is our reality. But for guys and girls, and that's what I think what the difference was with Laura, is that Laura attracted the guys and the girls, again, for different reasons, guys. We're keeping it pure, we're keeping it holy, we're keeping it God, okay, for different reasons. And just Laura Winslow was that chick for us, man. I show this something that Jo Marie said, because I think this is so powerful that she says about Kelly in this interview. It's just amazing.
You never had to raise your voice at Kelly. If you had to ask for something or direct her anyway, and all, it was just Kelly, And she would look up at me with her big eyes, and Miss Jo Marie, so and so and so and so and so asked me whatever questions. And I said, well, no, baby, so and so and so and so and so. We never had an issue. It was just, she's just always been wonderful, beautiful, and extremely talented. There was not any role you see in those shows. Play an attorney, play a doctor, play a judge, play a whatever, just whatever they gave her to do, she could do it, and she did it so well. And she always looks so beautiful, the same as she does right now. And the same as she does.
Man, and that was so well said. I mean, well said by Jo Marie. You heard her say, whatever they threw at her, not only did she deliver, Kelly knocked it out the park. And I just don't think, I understand how media is, and you put your focus on this. But like I said, for the cool kids, for the popular kids, it was Laura Winslow. It wasn't Steve Urkel. And I think the most beautiful thing that Jo Marie said, all of that Jo Marie said, I think was so amazing, because honestly, Kelly don't know me. She don't know none of my friends. She don't know none of my posse, none of my crew. She don't know none of us. So I don't think even for us to go and be like, Kelly, you were amazing as Laura. Thank you for everything you did. You impacted us. You changed lives, right? You gave us style. You gave us hope. You gave us goals. You gave us all these things. I think it's bigger coming from Jo Marie, from somebody that, your peers, and they know what you went through. They saw you every day, and they were the ones that were there, every step of the way. It's so much bigger. So even though I've been rah-rah, and, as far as Kelly, I can get my friends up on here. They'll tell you the same thing. It's Laura Winslow and all that. I think it's so much bigger. And Reginald said something too. I just don't want to put the whole thing on here, but, I think it's so much bigger. And it gives me so much peace to know that Kelly has people in her corner like that they recognize what it is, that they recognize her gift, her talent, her sacrifice, that everything that she did. And it's such a beautiful thing. And like I said, bringing it all back around, this is one of my favorite episodes of all of Family Matters. Not just because it's Laura, but to me, the scene is so hilarious. Kelly did the same thing. Kelly even became him. It was in game. It was in game when she became Steve Urkel. That's why Jo Marie said anything they threw at her, she delivered. She knocked it out the park. The different things, even in this scene right here, which is called Daddy's Little Girl. Even in this scene, she's being silly and everything. And in the next scene, going up to talk to Daddy, she's crying. She's like, Kelly she just had the hardest role. And just to be a young black girl on ABC at that time, and always having to look your best, be your best, and all that. It's just absolutely amazing. of a father he is, and how blessed Laura is to have a father like that. But again, I just want to encourage you guys, for the ones that you don't have that father, you don't have that support, you don't have that love, you don't have that parent like that, whatever, in whatever fashion it may be. I want to encourage you again. There is a heavenly Father. Again, giving yourself grace. Again, I'm gonna keep saying, God, He really answers the whys. God, why was I born into this family? Why was I born like this? Why was I born where my mama don't care? Why was I born where my daddy don't care? Why was I just why? You know what I'm saying? You can be filled with such anger in those moments. But I just want to encourage you here in 13. It says, as a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear him. Here's another one. Just want to encourage you. Last one, 2 Corinthians 6:18. It says, and I will be a father to you, and you shall be my sons and daughters to me, says the Lord Almighty. Says the Lord Almighty. Yeah, man. Love God, love people. May God bless you. May God keep you.